Hello again, and it's November. November is Epilepsy Awareness Month, obviously, and I felt compelled to do another video because I got some amazing feedback last year from YouTube, Epilepsy Foundation, Facebook, a lot of people that just were really happy that I had shared my story. However, one of the things about Epilepsy Awareness Month last year was that it focused on sharing your story. And the focus of Epilepsy Foundation, or the Epilepsy Awareness Month this year, is primarily about safety and education, and in addition to that, obviously awareness. So I have a few things that are really easy and that I think that everyone that either suffers from epilepsy or to someone that has someone immediately in their life that suffers from epilepsy should consider. And before I get into that, I just want to say that I apologize for the crazy fro I have going on right now. I actually have really long hair, and I wanted to do the video, and I didn't feel like doing my hair. So, you know, maybe I'm a little conceited or superficial, but you know, I just took this from my mom and decided to go with that. And either way, not important. One of the first things I wanted to mention was the importance of a medical bracelet, an ID bracelet. Now, you can go to like lawrencehope.com. I mean, they have literally hundreds of different styles of bracelets that you can choose from. And it basically just, it says the, you know, what's necessary on there. It's just my name, that I have epilepsy, date of birth, 85, 25. And it gives a couple contact numbers. So, you know, if I were to have a grand mal seizure, instead of someone immediately calling 911, if they saw my medical bracelet and that I had epilepsy, they wouldn't need to call 911 because I'm someone that is prone to getting seizures. You know, as opposed to, oh, I dropped out into a seizure, call 911, now I'm stuck with, you know, a $300 ambulance bill, and what are they going to do for me at the hospital? Nothing, because I have epilepsy. So it's something that it's good to have on you, because you never know when a seizure is going to happen or occur, or most people don't. And it's good for those around you, especially if you lose consciousness, for them to know, okay, you know, you're prone to, and then they can call whatever contact numbers you have on there. So it's important. There's a lot of different ways that, or different types of bracelets that you can get to wear. And the other one big thing is that I like to have basically like you know, a what to do, you know, a epilepsy for dummies type thing for if my family or whoever kind of post it in the kitchen or a bathroom or something like that, because I've found in speaking with people that actually a lot of people don't know what to do if someone were to, let's say, go into a grand mal seizure. And, you know, and I've talked to so many people that have said, oh, stick something in their mouth, and, you know, so they don't swallow their tongue or whatever, in which it's physically impossible. But that's actually more of a choking hazard. And there's a lot of myths that you should do when someone has a seizure. So what you can do is you can speak to your neurologist, because chances are they have pamphlets, all kinds of pamphlets in their office. If you go to seminars, if you go wherever, and a lot of times on them they'll have first aid for grand mal seizures. You know, what you should do: stay calm, put the person, you know, maybe on their side, don't restrain them, so forth and so on. Really simple instructions, but instructions that the common person that doesn't deal with seizures, you know, would know. And so these are things that I usually pass out to my friends and my family. Also, when I was in college, at the beginning of each semester, I would tell my professor about my condition, not to try to get any kind of special privileges or anything, but just so that nothing happened and it was a surprise, just so that they were made aware of it. And any employer that I've ever worked for, the first thing that I would do is go up to the immediate supervisor and tell them of my condition, so that they also were aware of that. And I would also give them, you know, what to do if I were to have a seizure, and that will assure, you know, kind of make them a little bit more confident in what to do if I were to have a seizure, make me a little bit confident in knowing that they have that information. And it also spreads the awareness, because if we're not telling people what to do, then who is? We already know that we can't keep this consolidated. We can't keep this internalized. All of the information and education that we know, we need to make aware. Because that's why so many people, when they talk about their story with epilepsy, say, you know, I always felt like I was alone. I always felt like I was the only person with epilepsy. And that's because it literally is still in the shadows. Even though they say out of the shadows, think positive, whatever. It's something that people don't talk about. They don't want to talk about it. But the more people that you tell them and you make them aware of, you know, hey, this is what you should do, you're not only educating them, but then educating them for whoever else that they speak to, and so forth and so on. And another big thing to me is a journal. And you can keep a journal for day to day, if you want to do weekly, monthly. But a journal is good, just, I think, for you. It's not something you have to share with your doctors or anything. But it's good for you. Let's say you had a seizure. You want to go back. You had a seizure on July 15th. And you want to look back. Okay, the day before I did this. Or the day of the seizure, I ingested this. Or I didn't take my medicine. Or I got so many hours sleep. It's a good thing for you to kind of look back if you have recurrent seizures, to see maybe there's something in common there. Because when you write it down, it's easy to go back and look at. But when you're keeping it all in your head, it's a lot harder to try to make out the sequence of events. So a journal is something, it's easy. You can just kind of write out really simple things. Ate this, slept for however long. If you want to say you had a seizure, say you had feelings of a seizure, you know, whichever. Put it down in your book. It can be a small book. And I mean, there's all kinds of these books. I went to Barnes & Noble's the other day and got a Know Your Zombies journal. And I just thought it was cool because it had zombies in it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm sure that I could find plenty to do with it. So, the major focus this month is about safety and education. So the most that you can do, you're not going to be able to educate everyone in the world, but the most that you can do is educate those in your immediate community. And that will be so beneficial, more than you would ever know. And I have realized that because I've done it. So if these are things all that you have done, then tell other people. Tell other people that you know that suffer from the condition, or that people that you know that have family that suffer from the condition. You just need, it doesn't have to be a hard thing to understand, this safety-wise. It doesn't have to be complicated. You just have to make it aware. And that's what this month is about. This month is about epilepsy awareness. We're not getting the funding that we need. We're not getting the proper attention that we need. So it's up to us. It's up to the people that are dealing with it to make it right, to put it out there. And so that's just what I wanted to say in this short video for Epilepsy Awareness Month. And I don't know, look forward to more videos. Thank you for watching.